Breaking news, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has signed a comprehensive immigration reform bill into law. And it's really positioning Florida at the forefront of states enforcing federal immigration policies. The legislation establishes a state board dedicated to immigration enforcement and grants the Florida Highway Patrol authority to assist federal agents in enforcing immigration laws. So the law also mandates the death penalty for undocumented immigrants who commit capital offenses. I want to talk about the practical implications of this bill, okay? First, in terms of law enforcement and immigration enforcement, the first thing is increased state involvement, right? So Florida law enforcement, specifically the Highway Patrol, will have expanded authority to assist federal immigration officers. This could lead to more frequent immigration-related stops and arrests within the state. 2, the creation of a state immigration board. This board will likely focus on enforcing federal immigration laws at the state level and essentially add another layer of oversight to immigration enforcement, potentially, increasing deportations in the state. And 3rd, and most concerning, is these harsh penalties. The law imposes the death penalty for undocumented immigrants convicted of certain capital offenses like first-degree murder and child rape. This is a controversial move that is likely going to face a constitutional challenge because the Supreme Court has already held that mandated death penalty clauses are unconstitutional and could lead to racial profiling. In terms of business and workforce impact, it could lead to labor shortages in key industries such as agriculture, construction, and hospitality, which heavily rely on undocumented workers, frankly, and could face workforce shortages as, enforcement tightens and fear spreads amongst immigrant communities. There's an employer compliance burden to it as well. Businesses could see stricter penalties for hiring undocumented workers, which is just going to increase administrative burdens and legal risks for employers. Certainly, there are community and civil rights concerns. There's a risk of facial profiling. The increased authority for law enforcement is going to lead to racial profiling, disproportionately affecting Latino and immigrant communities in the state of Florida. The economic and social services impact, increased state spending. Florida is allocating $300 million for enforcement efforts, which is definitely going to shift away resources from other public services like education and healthcare. There's definitely going to be a strain on law enforcement as well. More officers are going to be involved in immigration enforcement, potentially reducing focus on other criminal activities or on criminal activities in general, right? So, and finally, the impact on immigrant communities. The fear of deportation is definitely going to lead to fewer undocumented immigrants seeking healthcare, reporting crimes, or enrolling their children in school. So, unsurprising news coming from Florida, disappointing nonetheless. I feel like other Republican states are going to follow suit. If you have immigrant friends or an immigrant community in Florida, make sure to share this with them so they are on alert.